Are you an agent that's closing deals and making money, but is wondering, what do I do to stop burning out? Well, in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about your first 3 hires that'll stop burnout, and also talk to you about the wrong order that kills teams. Let's go. So my name is Jared Davis, and this is another video of Mega Agent Academy, where we train agents to not only grow their sales, but also stop burnout, build teams, and then build wealth for the future. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe below for all of our coaching videos. And also, you're welcome to join our live monthly coaching calls that happen on Monday. So feel free to follow us below, find us, reach out if there's anything that I can help you do as far as partnering with us goes. Now, for today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the first 3 hires that you as an agent should make if you're not running a team yet, but you feel like you're getting some traction, but you're burning out. So maybe you're doing 10, 20, 30, 40 deals a year, yet you still have not made that first hire. You're still doing everything yourself. Now, I would imagine if you're a producer that's doing 30, 40, 50 plus, you likely already have one of these in place. But the very first hire that you need to think about, whether you're running a team or whether you are running a solo business, is a transaction coordinator. Now, that may seem like an obvious thing, but it's amazing how many agents I talk to on a regular basis that are actually doing all of their own transaction management. That means they're sending their paperwork over to lenders. They're sending their paperwork over to closing companies. They're ordering termite inspections. They're ordering HOAs. They're ordering well inspections. They're ordering septic inspections. And that is not stuff that makes you money. Now, a lot of times I'll hear agents say, well, I don't want to give up control. I just feel like if I don't do it, it's not going to be done well. But if you are looking to grow your sales, this is one of the first things that bottlenecks agents so bad, because most of these things are very easy tasks that can be handled by an admin staff. So transaction coordination is number 1. And if you're wondering to yourself, well, should I hire a transaction coordinator full time, or are there other options? I think if you're doing less than 10 or 20 deals a year, you still need a transaction coordinator. Some offices provide them as far as brokerages go. With EXP, we have a company called SkyTC, and I'm pretty sure you could use them with almost any company, but they charge per transaction. So if you feel like you're not doing enough transactions to justify a salaried person or someone on payroll, then I would suggest looking into something like SkyTC. Most areas also have transaction coordinators that do stuff for multiple agents and teams. So typically you can ask around and find someone local as well. Another option that we have is virtual assistants that handle transaction coordination. If you want to pay somebody hourly, they typically range about $6 or $7 an hour. I actually have somebody that will interview VA. So if you reach out to me and say, hey, I need somebody that is orderly, that knows Excel, that knows how to run the systems, that knows how to upload paperwork, whatever that may be, we can actually find somebody with our connection over in the Philippines. That's where most of our virtual assistants are. And they will send you resumes, and then you can choose from the resumes which ones you like, and they'll set up the interviews. And if you end up hiring that person, they just take a very, very, very small one-time finder's fee. And then after that, $6 or $7 an hour, you can use them as many hours as you want. So that's one option. But now, I feel like most agents do have transaction coordination. So if you're one of those agents that doesn't, please do that immediately. Even if you're only selling a handful of houses a year, at the very least, pay the $350, $250, whatever it is, to a one-time TC to do each deal. Here's the next thing though. The next thing I think that you can look at to start automating some tasks as far as a hiring position goes are those virtual assistants that we talked about. Now, this is not for transaction coordination, but you will find that you start getting into the weeds on creating content, on creating flyers, on putting out social media stuff as far as posting on a regular basis, checking emails, going through just day-to-day tasks, ordering client gifts, setting up parties, things like that. That's where I would recommend likely looking into a virtual assistant first, right? Now, there's gonna be some tasks that you're gonna have to do yourself, but the difference between a salaried person here locally and a virtual assistant is huge. We just talked about this with transaction coordination. So if you're paying somebody $6 or $7 an hour, even if you're only using them for 20 hours a week, that's $140 at $7 an hour. So you start doing that math, it's about, I don't know, it's about 10 grand, not even a year. It's really about 8,500 bucks. If you hired a salary person at 20 hours a week, it would be far more than that. So what I want you to start thinking about is, what are the tasks that I'm doing that my transaction coordinator is not, right? So they're handling the transactions, but now what are the things that we need to handle that are outside of that we could start paying somebody to do? We actually had 2 virtual assistants for a long time. Now we're down to 1 that handles a lot of our stuff, but they do everything from uploading content to editing videos to creating flyers to creating Canva guides to redoing price sheets and sales presentations and everything we need. We also have VAs that work to make calls. So one of our VA is mainly working on back-end stuff, but is highly skilled in English, highly skilled in CRMs. And so she can actually go in and call the database, reach out to people that haven't been touched in a while, set up appointments. So a VA can go a long way. If you think that they're just done for little menial tasks, don't think that. These are highly skilled college graduates that are looking for work. So a VA is a really, really nice pickup. Now, the last thing, the last hire I want to talk about, and this is the big one. So if you're an agent and you're selling 25, 35, 40, 50 homes a year, and maybe you're starting to think, now it's time to start a team. This is the one I want to talk to you about, because most of the agents that I coach, they reach out once they start hitting about 35 or more deals a year. They think, I think it's time to get a buyer's agent. I think it's time to start a team. But I've talked about this in previous videos. Running a team is another job in itself. It's management. It's building systems for your agents and not just you. So the last thing I'm going to recommend that you look into is hiring a licensed salaried employee. And I say licensed because this is going to be somebody that's going to start doing showings for you. They can do your input for you in MLS. They can do your paperwork. They can do all your listing agreements, your purchase contracts, your addendums, your home inspection addendums, right? How much do we hate doing those? They can pick up your closing gifts. They can do final walkthroughs. They can go to closings. This will effectively take you out of anything day-to-day that's not listing appointments or trying to negotiate a deal and close, right? It's not to say you may not have to put out fires, but you'd be amazed what a licensed assistant can do too. There's a lot of times where stuff will come up and my assistant just gets involved. She's in the email, she's replying to stuff, she's sending it to the people that need to see it, and I may not even know what happened before it gets fixed. Now, as I keep moving in this thing, I'm actually exiting out of production and just running the team. Our team does 100 million in sales a year. We're shooting for building up to 500 deals per year. And so a lot of my time goes into coaching agents like I'm doing here, helping to grow our coaching group of agents. We have over 400 agents in our organization now. So that's a lot of my time. But up until last year, I was still able to close about 60 deals a year out without showing houses, without putting signs out, without typing paperwork, without being in MLS, without doing input. So it was pretty easy. Now I'm passing that stuff off to the team. But so many people think they have to go run a team, when the reality is if you just started with a salaried assistant, you would be able to scale double, maybe even triple your sales. And here's the thing, if it gets overwhelming for that salaried assistant, there's nothing to say you couldn't hire a second one, someone to handle sell transactions, someone to handle buy transactions. So I say that because it's something that people don't think about a lot of times. It's also an expense. So it's something that maybe you think, man, I don't want to add in a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 salary, maybe more, maybe less, maybe it's a part-time, maybe it's $30,000, $40,000. But whereas you start thinking, if I hire a team agent, I don't have to pay them and they can still run out and do stuff for me, or I can throw them my scraps and my deals. But the reality is buyer's agents do cost you. They're going to cost you in leads. They're going to cost you in time. They're going to cost you in training. You're going to have to give them software. So when you're ready to run a team, which we will talk about that in another video as we move forward, how to build the team out, when to build the team, how big should you build the team. But if you were a solo agent currently that's closing a decent amount of deals and you're just wondering, how do I scale? Those are the 3 ways to scale quickly. And again, it's very likely you already have the transaction coordinator. It's maybe likely that you have some kind of part-time help, maybe that virtual assistant, but that licensed assistant is the biggest thing that can help you scale. I have a business partner that does about 240 deals a year as a solo agent, and all he has is 3 assistants. Some are licensed, some are not, but with those 3 assistants, he's able to do over 200 deals per year with just him. So before you start a team, before you get into that stress, think about the things that we talked about on hires. If you need guides on how to hire, on what to look for in candidates, how I found my candidate, you're willing to reach out to me. Again, our contact info is down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can go to my YouTube, Jared Davis RE, shoot me a DM, totally cool. And if you want to know what it looks like to partner with us, what our coaching looks like and things like that, again, we'd love to assist you in any way we can. So thank you for watching. If you've gotten this far, this has been another video on Mega Agent Academy. Again, like, subscribe, feel free to join us for any of our coaching calls, and we'll see you on our next video.